Hmm? Yeah.
Everything down there.
This is a city of 2,026 people. It's called the city of Clarendon. They have their own city government. Clarendon is situated in the middle of the high desert. Nothing. And they have everything reasonable that any big city we have in America or anywhere in the world. See it? That city is called Hedley. The population here is 329. I don't know if you can see it from there. They have their own city government, their own police department, post office. You see their water system in front. They maintain their own electricity. It's very rural. They have good roads. I'm traveling through the road. You can see it in front of me. If 329 people can self-govern, they have their own city council. They have their own. But Hedley, Texas has a gas station. You can see it in front of me. See? And it has everything, a rail system, everything you can think of. Right? A mechanic shop, just look at it. There's nothing big to it. But people born here can stay here and be successful here. That's the beauty of all these things we're talking about. That's what governance should be about. I think this is another city. I believe I'm in Hall County. And this city is probably going to be alright, people, this is the city of Esterline, population 145 people. 145 population, right? As you can see, it's a very small place. Yet, it has everything, a gas station there, and it has gas, petrol station. It has a city government, a police department, it has a school, it has everything every little community can have, any big city can have as well. And it's functional. So I will join this video with another city, and I will complete my narratives by then. Let's just pause it for now. We're approaching the city of Childress, Texas. It's in the middle of the desert. It's a very small place. I just want to use Childress today as an example of what can happen when there is self-determination, when there is local issue resolution, and when there is local government. The population here is 6,105, right? You can see it there, right? So I want you to look at this city. It's just one street in Ikare Akoko. It's not even up to Ilepa in Ikare. Yet, it has petrol station, hotels. It's well planned. You can see how neat it is. It has food restaurants, and they have their own police department. They have a court. They have marketplaces, and all this you are seeing is built by the people that lives here. Not because the state government come here to come and build this city, or not because the federal government did anything here. They are not waiting for anybody. They are doing their own things. I mean, if I'm counting now, I'm counting like 4 or 5 petrol station, gas station in this place now.
And hotels.
Right, and hotels, plenty, right? So, and what point I'm trying to bring about is this: self-governance, right? Self-determination, resource control, local issue resolution are the things I've talked about extensively. You can see the city, right? You can see the city, right? You can see it everywhere. You can see the city. As small as it is, 6,000. That's a very small. I mean, in all of our communities in Akoko, we can easily find 6,000 people anywhere we turn to. Yet, we don't have anything. Why? Because we have considered politics as an avenue for us to make money, as a place for us to get rich. You might be wondering, where are we going to find the money to organize and run our communities and do the kind of things that they are doing here? Now we are approaching the city of Quanah, Texas. It's a very small community, as small as, let me see what is in their body here, if you can see what I'm showing. Quanah population 2,641 people, right? This is another example of how people can come together for self-determination, for local issue resolution, for resource control, local resource control, and developing their community, building their society without waiting for state, local for government or federal government, right? You see this small city has a petrol station, big one. That's their water storage system, their water distribution system. They have their own water system. They maintain their own electricity by themselves, right? And maybe when you hear about America, when you say America, you think of big, large cities, right? These are all small. 95% of America is small, little villages, less than 3,000 people. They have hotels. They have what I would call a police department, right? They have their own court system, and everything is orderly in this city, right? You might be saying, where are we going to find the money to run a city like this? Well, none of what is going on here is from the state or federal government. The U.S. federal or the Texas state government is not doing all this. It is the people of Quanah getting together in their local council to determine the fate of their community and to build their own society. So, like I said before, let us always be a society that is governed by idea and not money. Let us recalibrate our politics, our political system, away from money to ideas, to people who can bring ideas to bear, to people who can change our society, to people who knows what needs to be done at Abuja to make sure that the body politic of Nigeria is restructured, that the system of governance is restructured, that we can have mass participation so that a lot of us, all of us, can be involved in building our society. If we continue this money for hand, back for grant politics we're playing, vote buying, bribery and corruption and all of it, and endorsing somebody to go on because he has bought you a Jeep or give you money, we will all be running into the kind of trouble we have today. You can see how peaceful this environment is, right? So we're going to another city. It's called the city of Chillicothe. It's about 20 miles from here. We'll be there soon. At Chillicothe, Texas. You can see how big it is. You can see it. So, none of these places I've shown so far is half as big as Sarigida Akoko. None of them is half as big as Okeagbe or Oyin. None of them is half as big as Oka or Ikbesi or Ikbe or Shupari, Ekpimi or Ikun. None of them is as big as Idoani or Imeri. Not to talk of Ifon or Owo, for that matter, right? Because in every standard, Owo is a big city, right? But you look at this place, you see it, and you see how organized it is. Just because the people can come together, Chillicothe. The population here is not posted, but I want to believe Chillicothe, from my last experience, has a population of about 179 people. But I think that was reversed in 2022. 2021, I think it was reversed upward. But be it as it may, the population here is not up to 5,000, right? It's a very small place. And you can see what they've done. Forget about the windmill you are seeing up in the background. That's from the state, right? And that is just feeding power into the, what do you call it? Into the power grid, right? It's just feeding electricity into the grid. But how that power in the grid gets to the home is the work of the city. How water gets to the home is the work of the city. And what we're talking about here is what is doable in our communities. And I want you to understand that all you are seeing here is not magic. It's not because of America, the big city made it happen. But people, the big idea people, make it happen. So let us stop being a community that places value on money, but on idea. Let us think about ideas, and ideas. Ideas run the world. Zuckerberg become rich on idea. Jeff Bezos on idea. Microsoft on idea. China, idea. Hong Kong, Korea, everywhere that is broken into the world power today did so on the back of idea, not on the back of money. But in our society, money rules everything, and we place emphasis on money. And I want us to stop doing that, even in our politics. I want us to look inward and start looking for ideas to turn our society around, right? I want us to start looking for ideas to build our own society, to give our children a chance to survive, a chance to thrive, a chance to succeed where they are born without having to leave our communities, right? You go to Akure, a lot of our people are in Akure, a lot in Ibadan, a lot in Lagos, Abuja, running and looking for relevance in the wrong places, whereas our homes remain very dilapidated, right? So let us come together and build our society on ideas, not on money, not on corruption. If we continue to place value on money, we'll continue to go backward. Money is good, it's great, but it's not the answer to anything that has to do with developing a society. Money does not develop a society, idea does. Money doesn't change the world, idea does. Money is the vehicle, but idea is the engine, is the soul, is everything, is the driver. Idea is the fuel. You can have a big vehicle, and if there's no engine, there's no fuel, there's no driver, you can't get anywhere, right? So we have to be able to strike a balance between money, idea, and ability to build our society. So thank you again, and my name remains Olusegun Phillips Alonge Okpaishegun. This is my own episode of Okpa on Court today. It's March the 15th, 2022, and I'm still talking about community governance, right? I'm talking about local issue resolution, local resource control, and self-determination. And I'll continue to talk about this for as long as it's possible, so that we can understand that no society can develop or attain that pedestal of civilization, of modernization, of safety, right, of self-sustenance without mass participation, without local issue resolution, without resource control at the grassroots level. The state and the federal bureaucracies will never, ever do anything for us. It is time to change, and I hope that this short video, though, I took it here with my friend Julius, is sleeping, now me in the back on the phone, and you can say we're traveling, so I just bring this to bear so that you don't think America is just a big city where everything is perfect. These are small little villages, but that has been able to come together to organize and lead their own life. Let us lead our own communities. Thank you. So now this is downtown Dallas. And I'm not saying every of our city should look like this or every of our community, right? Because this is a dream and this is not going to happen. So let's not even dream it, right? So we are not saying this is what we want. We're just saying that, you've seen all those cities, how small they are, and how efficient they are, and how, much organized they are in running their own affairs. Don't trust me. You know what? The city of Dallas, the city you are seeing in front of you, this big, gigantic concrete jungle you are seeing in front of you, these mighty edifices are managed the same way those small little communities self-managed. So you see what can happen when we allow resource control, local issue resolution, and self-determination for our grassroots communities. I'm not saying local government that we have now, each community to self-organize. So here we have it. Thank you. Biscuit na mi ò doubt yẹn.
Well, I'm playing.
Where are you going? For Ogbam. Ahoy. Ìlú aláwa iṣẹ́ àbí ìgbà tí mo wà ní California tá wà ní New Mexico wà gbogbo àwọn olùgbò wọ̀nyẹn lèèyàn bẹ̀rù àti dèlú wa mẹ́rin. Ẹni ṣùrù.
Just